8 science experiments that shockingly actually happened. Science has brought some amazing advances and is responsible for many of the modern day-to-day improvements that we enjoy. However, science does not have a perfect past, and there are some pretty horrific things that have happened in the name of science. Here are just a few. Number 1, the Project Mkultra. For more than 2 decades, starting in the 1950s, the CIA ran experiments to see if they could control people's behavior and minds. But the experiments, which often involved drugs, were actually unethical and at times even illegal. The Stanford Prison Experiment. This experiment has a simple concept. One team of people who act as guards have control over another team acting as prisoners, but without using violence. Things got out of hand so badly that the experiment had to be stopped early. The Tuskegee Syphilis experiments. In a highly unethical experiment that lasted 50 years, U.S. health workers pretended to give rural African American men free health care. Instead, they were infecting them with syphilis to study how the disease grew. 1969 Monkey Drug Trials. The monkey drug trials were designed to test the effect of addiction on a drug user. This experiment explored that by teaching monkeys in a lab to inject themselves. It did not turn out well at all, and many of the monkeys suffered incredibly for what turned out to be scientifically pointless. Heartbeat at death. A prisoner on death row was already heading for the firing squad, so scientists took the chance to strap some equipment on him and see what happens to his heart during the ordeal. Though controversial, the experiment revealed that a firing squad death is not as instant as it may seem. Maternal deprivation studies. To study the effects of deprivation and isolation, scientists took infant rhesus monkeys and had them bond to inanimate objects or kept them in isolation for a long time. Though some of the information gleaned from the studies was useful, the way scientists gathered it remains very controversial. The Milgram Experiment. Famously testing to see how far we'll follow orders, the Milgram Experiment had participants believe that they were applying an electrical shock to someone at the orders of a researcher. The experiment was controversial in showing how humans can easily do very dangerous things to others, as long as they think the responsibility lies with whoever gives the orders. Monster study. Around 80 years ago, a researcher at the University of Iowa conducted speech experiments on orphans, telling some how terrible their speech abilities were. Many of the children developed problems that would last their entire lifespan, and the study horrified so many people that in 2001 the university apologized for it.